Hello YouTube, how the devil are you? Me back with another VR, and this time Mr. James, Retro Import Gamer. So I watched James' video this morning. I've also watched Mark's, Jody Slasher, and I've watched Rodgy Retro. No, I haven't watched Rodgy Retro. I've now watched Retro Hulk. See where Rodgy's got a new channel and it's called the Retro Hulk. And if you're thinking what I'm thinking, you're wrong. He's not green. He's as big as fucking Hulk. Well, as a little shorter Hulk, bit like me. Right, I haven't got the guns like Rodgy got. Yeah, so there'll be a link to James's, Mark's and Rodgy's videos in the description. Obviously, if you watch him, you know the boys anyway now. But obviously, you just might not have seen it. Rodgy got a new channel. Yeah, so it's modern versus retro, and which side you sit on. Fucking honestly, it's such a hard, from a gaming point of view, it's a really hard question. I'll say one thing. Now, I wouldn't say a lot of stuff for other people said in their videos. Obviously, you go and watch them and that. But Rodgy made a great point in his video, and Mark made a great point in one of his. I'll touch on Mark's a bit because I thought it was spot on, and it's about the, when we talk now about how great it was, no, like going down your mate's house, or they'd come to yours and you'd sit there and like on a Mega Drive playing Double Dragon 2-player, you know, fighting each other with Street Fighter 2. Do you know what I mean? It was so good. But it was probably kids back then that never had that because they didn't have any friends. So online gaming now and modern gaming that have brought online gaming in is probably great for them because they don't need friends to go online. And I know fucking online you get a lot of pricks and all stuff like that. But you can find a lot of decent people on it, you can build up good friendships with and stuff like that. So yeah, I thought that was a great point, and it's a bit sad when you think back when we was kids. Like I said, don't get me wrong, touch wood, I'm lucky I had loads of friends. Like I said, and we wasn't just gaming. I mean, it was out gaming was probably the least we done. I mean, we was out like obviously playing football on the bikes. We'd only really game if he was in the house on our own, or one of your mates come up and it was pissing down with rain or something like that. Not very often we'd, unless certain games, which, hold on a minute. Oh. Sorry Marcus. If Marcus is watching, sorry about that. I didn't leave, I just had to scoot a little bit over. And I'm too lazy to fucking, I don't even know if I can do that on my phone actually. You know, press pause and then start. Anyway, God knows. Yeah, unless certain games come out, we wouldn't like think, all right, let's go and play games and that. Do you know what I mean? From, obviously we love gaming, don't get me wrong, but you know, anyway, it's not fucking about that. God. Yes, on a little tangent, we was off on one, weren't we? Yeah, so modern gaming and retro. Like I said, I'll have a little chat and then I'll give my choice at the end, because I have got a choice in it. Honestly, when I think of modern gaming, I think of like this, probably. And I'll always, whenever I talk about these, I'll always put them both. Whenever I talk about one, I'm talking about the other. So I'll always, when I show them, I'll always show them together. No, that didn't make sense, but I hope you know what I mean. Brilliant. For me, best games ever made. Best games ever made. And when I think about it now, right, I'm gutted I'm not 12 years old now playing these. Don't have the time to put into these games, because this is the worst thing about modern gaming there, is for us oldies, is time. Do you know what I mean? And I do say, and I know I'll mourn about it till the cows come home. And I know, like I said, there's times where it's not that long. But yeah, I am turning into Victor Meldrew. I am a grumpy old fucking man, right? Well, that's what my missus says anyway. She says, how can I got to stop watching that old fucker because you are turning into him. Yeah, like I said, it's just the time it is. We working all day. Then obviously you've got kids, you've got stuff to do with the kids, got family time. Like I said, I coach football as well. So some nights I am out every day of the week, sometimes with football, and it is hard finding that time. So when I want to pop a game in and it needs a download, I think, oh, for fuck's sake, come on, man. And I know, and that's me. And what I have started doing now, man, if it's a game I really want to play, I put in my mind that I'm putting it in and I might not play till the next day. Or if it's a game I think I'm going to play soon, I put that on and let it download overnight. So I'm trying to get in front of myself, if that makes sense. But yeah, anyway, modern gaming. Some of the games are fucking fantastic. Like I said, they're absolute amazing. Best games ever made. Best games ever made. Without a shadow of a doubt. Best games ever made. Then you've got, how awesome is that? Know the amount of hours me, my missus and kids have sat down playing that, and normally ends up with like my boy and girl arguing, or me and the missus arguing, but it is fun. Do you know what? It's brilliant, absolute brilliant. Again, now we go into, oh, you are this as a game is, like I said, I've recently played through Red Dead Revolver again, and that's one of my favourite games ever. I love it. But this, no, the story, the graphics. I remember first time I played this, when you're on the horse and you're going through the snow and seeing the footprints and seeing like the snow falling on itself. Fucking unbelievable. Like I said, we are, I think, really lucky, and I know Tootie have said this, James as well have echoed what Tootie have said. We grew up, people around my age, like I'm 44 now. I was like born February in 1980, so right at the start of the 80s. And obviously got a couple then older, a couple of years before, a couple of years after. But I think we was really that golden time. Like, okay, I never played an home computer, but I never had one, sorry. I had like played on one at mate's house now. Like I said, I was all massive now. And I think we've seen a progression of games coming through, and it's brilliant. Now to see from where it was to where they've got to, sorry. And I think now, modern games now, it's like, you know, like this, like a love letter to like the Wonder Boy series. Who said it? Someone said in one of theirs. Yeah, Rodgy said it. He showed a game and he said you can tell the people who made that game loved the original one. And these, like I said, I've heard the ones who made this game talking on an interview. They loved the Wonder Boy series. And like I said, to have this now is fucking, this is one of the best games ever made for me. Do you know what I mean? It's brilliant to play that as a Wonder Boy fan from 1986 to now playing it, like I said, when I think I was 42, I think when I first played, I was 41, like 35, 36 years later, play this, absolute brilliant. Like I said, modern gaming, it brilliant. To think, if someone had told me, right, as a 12-year-old kid, 10 to 12, that I'd have this on a little disc and I'd have all the Street Fighters on disc, I would have called them a liar. Do you know what I mean? So to go from like having that to having it on here is unbelievable. Like I said, then we got, like I said, remakes. Did I put the other one too? Honestly, yeah. Remakes. Like having that, do you know what I mean? Seeing that in the both styles, it just blows my mind. The remakes we have. Like Wonder Boy collections. I know it's not just me just showing games now, but I mean like the stuff we got, not like as a modern gamer. And like to me, the best remake of all time. I absolutely love this game. And get on my knees again. Hold the jokes. It's like this. I remember hearing this announced when they come out on the Wii, and like I said, well, obviously never end up coming out. But then getting this on the Switch. Do you know what I mean? I'm not just getting this remake, which I do think is the best remake I've ever seen. Getting like collector's editions like that. Like we never had. Oh, I don't think I got like Wonder Boy collections up here. Special editions. I can't remember when special editions first come in as a thing. I associate it now with modern gaming. Like I said, I never would have had this. You know when I used to play this game in the arcade? If someone said to me 30 odd years, almost 40 years down the line, you'll have that, and you'll have a special edition of it, and with stickers. No, I would have called them a liar. Do you know what I mean? I would have called them a liar. So that, do you mean modern gaming? Absolute brilliant. Then we go into like Landell collections, like back in the day retro gaming. And it's not like emulation, I was just retro gaming. We never had, like if you want to take a couple of games down your mates, you took a bag and you took like a stack. It's like imagine now then, like look the shmups on it, like R-Type, In the Hunt, Moon Patrol, so you Mr. Helly. Who would have thought you had all them on just one little cart? So like I said, you have collections like that. You know? Like as a shmup fan, if you would have told me back in the day, I would have had like Fire Shark, Twin Hawk, Twin Cobra, Hellfire and that, all on a little thing like that, I would have called them a liar. So the advances with modern gaming is brilliant for stuff like that. And again, like I said, just one little nod again to, no, sorry, I got two little nods, sorry, to modern gaming. It's like when I seen this come out, right? This is the game that got me back in the game when I seen this announced. I remember me and my mate was talking in work, not Matt, man, it was another guy, Tony, and he said, oh, he said, do you like gaming? And I said, yeah, I used to love gaming and stuff like that. I used to love Wonder Boy, Mortal Kombat and that. He said, oh, there was a new Mortal Kombat game coming out. And it was that. Absolute brilliant. And people say, like, you can't, can you have memories, not like really fond memories with new games? And to me, you can, because this game will be one of the most meaningful games to me. Like I said, it was the year my mother died, and I just remember sitting there, and obviously all stuff's going through your mind and you're there. I remember my daughter playing, we got her this for Christmas, and we just sat there and she's playing, and we got a photo. If I can remember, I'll stick the photo in up by her around now. And we there and just taking our mind off it. I mean, she was playing this, and then she was playing it just after the photo stage. She passed me to ask to a part. So I'm in the middle, my daughter's here playing this. Tyler, my boy, I'm sure he's playing one of the not Adventure Islands, what is it? Oh shit, what they called, man? Adventure Time games. And I'm on a PS4 playing Resogun. And this, just remember that, and this, I really got into this then, do you mean? So this helped me get over that loss and stuff like that, so it'll always have a special place in my heart, I will. And then, yeah, like I said, so I think modern gaming is brilliant. Do you know what I mean? Apart from, like I said, the downloads, I love modern gaming. Like I said, I've just gushed about it now for 10 minutes. So yeah, I absolutely love modern gaming. And do you know what I mean? I could play them games over and over till the cows come home. But I figure retro gaming. And then, what do I prefer, modern or retro? And the answer will always be retro gaming. And it'll be retro gaming, not for the fact it was better games. Of course it wasn't better games, right? It was, we say it was better times, obviously, perhaps it wasn't better times, do you know what I mean? It was just, we've grown now, haven't we? It was just different times. And like I said, apart from that Zelda game there, I love this. I look at this, I love the games on it, but I don't get excited. Right? I like coming up here, and enough every game I've got a memory attached to it. Like I just shown Street Fighter 2. I remember being in Cardiff, Christmas time, my nan giving me my sister money like she did every year. And I remember going into Virgin and paying £65 for this. And taking it back, she went, oh, you bought something of it? Well, I was about a £5, was it? And I said, no, £65, and her mouth went, honest to God, right, her jaw almost hit the floor. But that Christmas, obviously she had the wrapping, I had to give it a wrap for me. But that Christmas, like I said, she seen that £65 was well spent, because I was on that all day. So I can come up here, I can look at that, and I'll take me back to like memories of my nan. Yes, like this, my favourite game of all time. Like I said, I remember this in the arcade, remember, so I bought this off my mate, and we'd be there, and you'd find a new secret, and he'd be like, oh, do you mean, oh, look what we've done now, we found, and because there was no internet back then, you relied on like magazines or word of mouth, or if you found something, you couldn't wait to go to school and tell your friends. So it was that time, it was all that nostalgia and that in with it. It's like borrowing this off my mate, right? And I remember playing and thinking, what the fucking hell is this game? Honestly, why am I painting for? I don't think I'd ever painted at all in real life when I played this game. And I found myself in trying to chill out and paint. And it's a terrible game. Terrible game. But I love it because I remember that time when I played it. It's like my one mate, I used to borrow this game off him all the time. And we used to play 2-player on it, even though it used to flicker quite a bit. And yeah, Double Dragon, I remember I sat there, and I remember he'd hit me, and I'd hit him on you, and he'd be like, what are you doing, you knob, and all that? Do you mean we're supposed to be fighting the others, not each other? Do you think that is brilliant? Like, my first time, like, really late night gaming. I remember, like, I used to stay at my grand's house. I used to take my Master System up, and I'd play this, and it'd be about like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. I'd be like about 9, 10 years of age. She'd come in, I'd just knock the telly off and pretend to be asleep, and then she'd go back out. Or if she'd catch me, she'd be like, oh, come on now, love, time to go sleep now. And I'd be like, yeah, no problem, Grad, finish this, and then I'm gonna go to bed then. And so yeah, I come up here, I pull that off the shelf. Do you know what I mean? And it's just memories come flooding back. It's like two really more nostalgic games. These two, the original Wonder Boy and Action Fighter. I remember getting them with my Master System, like back in 87, 88, whatever it was. And so when I come up, and I'll just come up and I'll just grab that off there, and I'll just look, and I'll read, and I'll look, and it takes me back to that time. Do you know what I mean? I go, bam, just coming up here, I'll grab eSWAT. I told a story about eSWAT before, where I went into Soft Centre, this place in Blackwood, and I had Golden Axe Warrior in my hand. I was going to buy it, because obviously everyone loved Golden Axe. I didn't even know what sort of game it was. Back then, I just thought it was like Golden Axe 2 then on the Master System. And yeah, and then I went past, before I got the till, I walked past this. And I thought it was like a new release, and I was like, oh my God, that's RoboCop. Because we'd been watching RoboCop around that time, I seen this, I thought, oh, I gotta get it. Now, I would imagine not many people like this. It's not greatest game, it's quite hard. There's obviously no way as thought of as Golden Axe Warrior. But just that, when I see that, that memory pops in my mind. Every time I look at that, that takes me back to going in Soft Centre and picking this up. Like other ones I can look at. So look, there you are. There. Mortal Kombat. That. Just remember, do you mean fucking amount of time I cut my grand's grass, trying to save up money for that, and then my nan took me shopping a Saturday and bought it for me. And I remember coming back and just looking at them, being blown away by it. So yeah, it's modern gaming is great, but for us oldies now, it's all about nostalgia. And like a certain Geordie lad said, nostalgia is a powerful drug. And I'll love everyone leave one our note, guys. Go and check out the guys' videos in the description. And like I said, what I really love about these videos is there's no hate in it. It's just people's opinions and thoughts and that. So yeah, anyway, all the best. Catch you in the next one.